Hi everyone, it's Helen here from Bodywork-Pilates, and I wanted to do a short video just to give you a very simple back release. We're heading towards another bank holiday and the weather's set to be glorious, so I'm sure some of you are going to be spending a fair old bit of time in the garden, and we know that after we've done a lot of bending to weed and dig and lift and shift, sometimes even healthy backs can feel the effect of that. It feels tight, it feels stiff, and it just feels like it's just been worked differently. And one of the things I hear from my clients regularly is that their backs are so much more improved when they've done gardening since they've started Pilates. They don't get the same sort of effects. So we know that Pilates is helpful to strengthen the back, but sometimes your back just needs a little bit of TLC, doesn't it? So all I've got here is a bath towel, okay? You could use a hand towel. It just wouldn't be quite so long, obviously, along the spine. And I've rolled it into a little sausage. So I'm gonna lay my towel sausage along my mat. Now mine's long enough to get both my sacrum and the back of my head on. If you've just got a hand towel, you might find that your head sits onto the floor. It's not particularly high, but you might just want to put another little towel behind the head if you feel it's a little far back. But otherwise, just lay yourself down so the towel is right into the centre of the spine. It just runs straight down north to south. Let the hands rest and let the feet rest about hip distance. And if you wanted to, you could even just drop your knees together to release the hips. Maintain a sense of length to the back of the neck and just notice how that feels. So those muscles that we have running either side of the spine create a little lift that hold us off of our spiny processes. So we don't feel like we're pressing so much bone into the floor when we rest down, which is why so often a foam roller can be uncomfortable for people, because it sits right into the center of the spine where we have the least protection of soft tissue. So just let it rest here and you'll just feel it kind of fills that bit of space, so it feels a little bit more level through the back. You might notice your shoulders drop back a little bit, not excessively so, it's not very high. So I'm not suggesting you're going to get a big stretch across the front of the chest, but you might just open and notice a sense of openness, perhaps a little bit of opening across the collarbones. And then from here, as if you were going to roll off the entire thing, just roll everything to the side and then back to center and then roll the other way. So we want to roll the leg, the spine, the ribs, the head, everything just moves from side to side. And it creates this very gentle massage into those muscles that run either side of the spine. Again, it's not heavy, it's not hard, it's not harsh. It should just feel quite nice. And then bring it back to center. Let it rest again and again. You might want to just let those knees drop together. Take a moment or two. A few breaths. And then roll completely off to the side. Take the towel away and have a moment. Oh, it should feel very nice. You can stay on that for as long as you like, but obviously I'm doing this for the benefit of the video. And then I'm going to roll my towel up again tightly, and I'm going to then fold it in half. Okay, so my towel's now rolled in half. I'm going to lift my pelvis. I'm going to slide that now just behind the back of my pelvis. So it wants to go behind the bony prominence of your hip bones. So it's definitely not into the lumbar spine. It's just sitting into the space behind the hip bones. So it's sort of halfway between the pubic bone and the navel. And then you can just let your arms rest again. And from here, just smoothly roll a knee in. And as you bring the knee in, let your low back roll into the floor behind the towel. And then release and place the foot back down. And then lift the other knee. And as the knee comes in, let the back scoop through into the floor and then back down to the floor again. And your pelvis will just imprint, it just creates a little lift to rock and then release. So that's all you're getting. So you had a plate of marbles resting on your belly, you'd be really trying to roll those marbles up the belly and towards the chest. And you can do that a few times on each side. You might notice a little sensation of stretch around that low back, And then bring one knee in and then the other. And remember, it's always one knee at a time. So the pelvis is slightly propped. Give yourself a little bit of a roll from side to side. And then replace one foot and then the other back down. Lift the pelvis, take the towel away. And just pause for a moment and let everything settle. Feels so nice. And then when you're ready, roll over, push through the hands, come up to seated. And there you go. A very quick, very easy way of easing out your back just using a hand towel, or as I say, a bath towel. So give that a go, see what you think, let me know whether that's helped you back, and I'll speak to you again soon.